Hello, everyone. It's Sandra from the Funky Pickle Thrifter. I'd like to thank you, as always, so very much for joining me today. We're going to have a look at some of my most recent eBay sales. This is actually part two. I believe I made $6,500. I think I spent about $400 or so. I hope this video helps you out if you're a reseller. And if you're not, I hope you just enjoy hanging out with me looking at some pretty things, mostly jewelry this time. Speaking of which, if anybody bought any of these items, I'd like to thank you so very much for that. I do appreciate it. I have been selling on eBay since 1998. I have three different eBay IDs, but the only one we discuss here is the Funky Pickle store. I do only do this part-time. I sure wish I had more time to do this more because I do love it. Let me know what you think below. I hope you have fun watching this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. You ready? Let's do it. By the way, if anybody saw my haul video from the other day, you would have seen these earrings that I got for $1 or $2. Aren't they cool? I love them. This is the second day I'm wearing them. I wore them the other night too. Kind of fun. I love a good bargain like that. Okay. I just wanted to show you. This isn't the format that we're used to, but I haven't done one of these videos in a while. So the way that I usually like to look at my eBay sales, those are not available anymore for me. So the downside of this is going to be that we can only show one photo. So that is unfortunate, but hopefully this video will still be enjoyable. This is the first thing. This is a vintage Chinese enamel locket. And more specifically, it's a vinaigrette. Look at that beautiful enameling. This was rather large and it opened up. And what ladies would do is they would put in this cotton or fabric or a spongy stuff or something that they soaked in perfume, so that if you were walking by something that smelled unpleasant, you could take this out and smell it and it would mask that. It's kind of a cool item, isn't it? I got this one at an auction like a lot of the items today, and I sold this item for $50. Look at this incredibly beautiful cross. This is sterling silver, lots and lots of different gemstones. I love the shapes and all the different colors. It is like a kaleidoscope of colors. Oh, you are a pretty thing, aren't you? Not signed. I didn't see a signature on it. Definitely a beautiful and high quality piece. I sold this one for $52. This came in an auction lot of some crosses that I bought. It's beautiful. I believe this sterling silver cross came from a different box lot. I believe this came in a box full of sage and stuff. I mean, not a box full, but you know what I mean? A lot of them, maybe 12 or 15 of them or something like that. So this is signed Sagen. I love finding Sagen jewelry. It's very collectible and it's kind of a cool company too. It was started by a man and a woman. I believe their names are Mariana and I can't remember the man's name now, but I believe Richard maybe. And I believe the last name is Jacob. Now he graduated from Yale with an art degree and she was a silversmith. And they designed this jewelry that has this very cool look to it. I love it. I love the colors on this one. This one is chalcedony and moonstone, and it's also hinged. I don't know if you can see that, kind of like a hinge near the top there. Yeah, this one sold for $68. I had another one too that came in the same lot that was different colors. It had a whole different color palette. I think that one was like the dark orange and blood red. That was a beautiful one too, but I like this one better. It's nice, right? A few years back, I bought out a collection of cufflinks from the 1920s. This lot came from that lot. Now, these are come aparts. There are also, some of these were snap links. That's just the like trademark name for how they open and close. That's not actually the name of who made these. Some of these are Bare and Wild. I think there were some other name brands too, but I can't remember now. This is a lovely lot from the 20s. And I believe I paid $90 or $95 for the whole lot of cufflinks. There were hundreds of them. And there were at least maybe 7 or 8 pair of them that were real gold. So I made my $95 back just by selling 1 pair, so I'm totally in the money. I'm also getting down to the end of these. I probably have another 35 or 40 pair. Then after that, I have singles, and I'm gonna probably sell those all in one shot. These are really pretty, though. I especially like those red ones. I sold this lot, 5 pair of 1920s cufflinks for $27. I got this very pretty royal blue lucite set as part of an auction lot, and this was a larger lot, and there was some kind of junkier stuff in there, but there were some nice pieces too, like these, for example. It's a beautiful panel bracelet. I love it. It's likely from the 1960s. I think it's beautiful. Sold this one, both pieces, the earrings and the bracelet for 15. Look at this cute sterling silver dragon pendant. He is quite handsome, isn't he? He had some nice heft to him also. It wasn't just a thin, cheap thing. I loved this. You see, I used some interesting keywords. I put medieval, biker, punk rock. It was bigger than it looks, too. Now, this was part of a sterling silver lot, or I may have gotten it in a different lot that was costume jewelry. I can't remember now. He's awfully cute, though. I think I sold this one for $19. I love him. Here's a very pretty solid 10 karat gold, white gold ring. eBay now makes you specify if you say that something has rubies, which this ring does, you have to specify if they are lab created or not. And I have no idea. The only way I could know if these are lab created would be to go to a jeweler. And this wasn't a big enough ticket item for me to do that. So I just put that they are lab created. Not sure if they are or they aren't. It sure is a pretty ring though. Sold this ring for 70. How beautiful is this cross? Wow. Now, of all the crosses I got, and I had a lot of Nikki Butler ones, I kept one. I gave one to my mom. I have a couple more on my eBay page. And I think I might have a couple more laying around that I have to sell at some point. But this one I really love. I love that center stone. I love the shade of green and purple together. Oh, it's so nice. Look at all the detailing with the pearls. Now, Nikki Butler, he sells his stuff on either HSN or QVC. I just use them interchangeably because I never can tell the difference between the two. But all of the stones in his jewelry are hand set. This was another very large cross, nice and heavy. It's just lovely. Sold this for 90. I picked this Sikorsky aircraft pin up somewhere in my travels. I think it was in an inexpensive box that I got in some little junk store or something like that. So I put this up, very easy to list and take photographs of. It was just a little thing. Cute little tack pin though, sold that one for 18. Every now and again, I buy fabric. I was in a thrift store and I bought 3 pieces of fabric, actually. I paid $5 each. They were all the same type of fabric, upholstery or drapery fabric, very, very thick. And this said on the self edge that it is by a company called Bloomcraft, which I know Bloomcraft is good because I've sold it before. It was in very nice condition, unused too. Didn't have a scent or anything. I always like to smell these things to make sure they're not musty. Anyway, sold this piece of fabric for $40, paid $5. There is kind of a cool thing about this stick pin. So I bought a very large lot of stick pins recently. And this one I thought was quite interesting. It's a chunk of coal and it had a paper with it that said made by Pa during the coal strike of 1908. I thought it was pretty amazing to have that paper with it. So I went on Google and I looked it up, and it turns out in 1908 there was a coal strike by the Birmingham, Alabama Miners Union. So that's how I listed this item. And a man bought this from me, and he wrote me a note, and he said that he was in this union currently, and they were going on strike, and he was going to wear this stick pin in his lapel, which I think is absolutely incredible. Now, when Pa made this in 1908 during the coal strike, there's no way he ever could have envisioned that this would be worn by somebody in 2020 and it would be seen by thousands of people on a YouTube channel. It's a very, very cool item, and I love that somebody bought it who is going to wear it. I believe I might have paid $500 for the stick pins. I don't think I made all my money back yet, but this is a good start. I made $125 on this. Isn't this a beautiful necklace? It took me a hot minute to figure out how this works. So you have that pendant, and then it has the cord on it. And I believe the top part also had sterling silver findings because this is, in fact, sterling silver. And it's by a designer that I really like, Hagit Gorali. It's an Israeli company. And it did take me a minute, but these things here, you put down in this area and they dangle and you wear them one at a time, I guess, or none at all, because I think that's really nice as is too. Now I got this in as part of a lot. This lot I'm definitely in the money on. Sold this beautiful item for 102. Definitely pure profit. I know I made my money back on that lot. This item is one of the best things ever. Come on, what do you think? It's incredible, isn't it? I love these pink briolets. Very nice condition. And check out the bows, those filigree bows. This is circa 1920s. It's sick, truly. It truly is. It's check glass. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very deco. I'm in love with it. Maybe I should have kept this one. I don't know. Anyway, I sold this probably a little bit too low also, but that's okay. I made the money on this lot for sure. Sold this beautiful Art Deco check necklace for $50. I found this cat statue in a thrift store. I paid $3 for it. I just thought it was special. As soon as I saw the face, the expression, he's giving himself a bath. I just love the detail. I wish you could see his whole body. The whole item was very, very cool. And it was signed on the bottom. It said 1674. How do you say that? Augarten Wien or wine? Oh, does somebody say wine? Augarten Wien, I guess. Well, it was a beautiful piece. Paid $3 for it. I don't really love shipping these types of breakables, but I did so in this case. And let me check the price. Yeah, I sold this one for $75. So nice profit on that. Really was a cute cat. Another downside to the format that I'm using today, besides the fact that I can't show you all the pictures I took, is that I'm not exactly sure when somebody bought more than one item, what they paid for each item. So these next 4 items I sold for $185. Okay, so here's the first item. This is a very cool sterling silver mod pendant. It's a peridot in the middle. I've never seen anything like it. I just thought it was the grooviest thing in life. I love it. It's cool, right? Now, I had a bunch of these. I had 4 or 5 of them. I was just getting ready to put the last one up the other day. I had a purple one. I believe they were jade. I think so. Anyway, I dropped it and it broke, unfortunately. This is very pretty. This was nice and big, too. It's just not a little tiny thing. It's beautiful. It has a sterling silver bail. Here's another Nikki Butler necklace. This one included the chain too. It was a long chain. It was a heavy chain. This piece is also very heavy. I like the silver work on this. I like the scrolls. And look at those stones. That's a big wow. I love that kind of deep purple with the very, very light aqua stones. That was beautiful. And here's the 4th item in the lot that I sold. I really like this ring. It looks like a half a ring. That's what's kind of cool about it, I think. It's very interesting. Lots of interesting colors and shapes. I think it's cool. I got this glitter lucite set as part of a large lot. That other lucite set, the royal blue one, that came from the same lot. So the same owner probably had this as well. Really great demi. Check out those earrings. The necklace, it's copper. Very pretty. And now I didn't get a ton of money for this one either, but the small amounts are okay because over time they do add up into big numbers. Sold this set for $15. The next 3 items are going to be another lot. I sold all 3 of these together. Now, I know for sure a friend of the channel bought the last lot of 4 I was showing you and also this lot of 3 too. So thank you so, so much. I appreciate it. Here is yet another Sagen item. Wow, look at that. This is a beautiful opalized white druzy and those stones. I think druzes are so interesting. This is sterling silver, of course. Sagen is collectible. A lot of people collect Sagen stuff. That is beautiful. So let's look at the second item they bought. By the way, I sold these 3 items for 120. This was a Chico's necklace. Now, I found this in a little thrift store. I think I paid $1 or 2 for it. What I really liked about this, which I can't show you, is these hearts. I love the detailing on the hearts, but the whole necklace is reversible, and then all of the hearts have a different pattern on the other side, which was really a cool feature, I think. Nice and long, too. I love that one. Yeah, this one was 44 inches long. Wow. And here's the third item. Look at this pretty ring. Nikki Butler. That's a beautiful chalcedony in the center. Nice condition. I felt like a lot of the Sagen pieces and the Nikki Butler pieces look like they hadn't been worn much, if at all, actually. But that's another one with those beautiful colors that I really love. There's something about green and purple that I just like it. That's all. Here's a cool ring. It almost looked like it was a ribbon or something that had been bunched up. It had a lot of depth from the side, and it has the infinity symbol right there. As you can see, it was big. It's a nice big statement piece, sterling silver. Um, it was marked Thailand. So this was maybe another HSN item. I am in the profit on this lot of jewelry that I bought. So this one's pure profit. Sold this one for 40. I found this bracelet in a box of jewelry that I was bidding on at an antiques auction. I knew I wanted the box just based on this one 1920s Art Deco bracelet. It's beautiful. It's sterling silver. It was very high quality. I love the kind of articulation that it had. You could probably see that from looking at the picture. But I love the sapphire blue stones in it, sterling, vintage. It was a beautiful thing. Sold this bracelet for 60. I think amber's so cool. I love the warmness of the colors, that butterscotchy, egg yolk, kind of yellow, orange. But this one happens to be green amber, which I also love a lot. This is a sterling silver ring. There's a lot of silver on it. I wish you could see it from the side. It was quite nice. Sold this one for $25. I got this as part of a big sterling silver ring lot, and I am in the profit on that lot. So this is pure profit. I picked up this messenger bag in a thrift store. I paid a couple of dollars for it. I got it for my nephew. So my nephew hates Nickelback, like a lot of people of his generation. I like Nickelback. They had so many smash hits that I think are super catchy, and I love them. However, I guess their fans really turned on them because they started getting too big and they thought they were selling out or getting too commercial or whatever. I don't know. I think it's silly, but what do I know? So my nephew had a good laugh over it, and he said, I'm never going to use it. I hate them, So anyway, I took it back from him and I sold it on my eBay page for 20, paid 2 for it. This item is very interesting. It is the Roman zodiac. It's hard to see some of the details in just this one photo. It's cool though. And this technique is called intaglio. And that's sort of like the opposite of a cameo, where instead of the design being raised up, it's actually it goes in. It's concave, not convex. So this item featured a 14 karat gold and sterling silver bail. It was on a very pretty wine red cord. The cord may also have had sterling silver findings. I think so. I can't remember now. But this is by a maker called Tagliamonte. I think that's how you say it. I could be wrong. Sorry if I'm bungling that. I'm in the profit on this lot. I sold this item for 90. Some people might remember this necklace from a haul from a long time ago. I was hoping this was cherry amber, but it turns out it is red crystal bakelite, which is kind of a rare thing. It's a beautiful item. Look at those beads. They're so graduated too. I mean, those beads are big, and they are translucent in nice condition. Bakelite had its heyday from the 1920s to the 1940s. Finding these types of items is very exciting, and it's not too difficult to find them in thrift stores sometimes because the ladies and the gentlemen who work in these thrift stores who are pricing items take a look at something like this and they think that it's plastic. They don't know that it's crystal bakelite. I love this cherry color as well. Sold this for 90 and I think it was a dollar or two. I love finding cameos and cross jewelry. They made repros of Jackie Kennedy's jewelry, who, of course, had exquisite taste. This is such an amazing set. Oh my goodness. Check out that brooch. It's such a nice box, too, a velvet box. There's a COA. And the matching earrings. Oh, I think I let this once go for not enough money. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, anyway, somebody got a nice bargain. It's incredible. It was so much prettier than my pictures are showing, and here it even came with the price. Jacqueline Kennedy reproduction Art Nouveau style earrings. This is just for the earrings. They were $50 in the day. What an incredible set that is. Wow. I bought this at an auction. I am in the profit already on this lot. I sold this set for $78. This rose pendant is sterling silver. It's incredibly beautiful. I love the detailing in it, and from the side, it's quite high. It was very 2D, had some nice weight on it. I think that's a rose. It might be a different kind of flower, but it looks like a rose to me. The only markings I found, it said 925 tie. Such a pretty thing. I'm in the money on this lot that I got for sure. I keep track of every single penny I spend, and I keep it in a spreadsheet, and I know what item came from what lot. I have them all labeled in bags and stuff like that. So I know I am in the profit on this item, on this lot rather. And I sold this item for $44. I can't remember where I bought these lovely sterling silver cufflinks. They were made in Mexico. They had some nice age on them. They also had some nice weight. They were 5 grams. And you can see they are clearly hand done. You see how they're carved or etched. Each one is a little bit different. So pretty. I sold that pair of cufflinks for 22. I found this awesome necklace, I think in a thrift store. I didn't pay much for it. It is quite a find, as you can see. This is so screaming deco, especially the enamel parts here. Look at that. They look like wings almost, right? This is gorgeous milk glass, molded milk glass. I had the matching bracelet too, but I can't show it to you, unfortunately. That is insanely cool. It really is. Didn't pay much for it. Maybe $5 for the set. Sold it for 80. Jane Seymour open heart jewelry sells very well for me. I found this somewhere. I think it may have been part of a lot. I think so. Those are real little diamond chips. It's such a beautiful design, two hearts intertwined. It's clearly signed and everything, and I included an 18-inch sterling silver chain as well. If this was part of a lot, I know I'm in the profit. Sold this very beautiful necklace for 67. I believe the sterling silver pin is a Luckin booth. That was something that began in the 7th century in Scotland, and it was given as a token of love, and it was also something that was thought to bring luck and to ward off the evil eye too. And sometimes people would put them on their babies' blankets. It's a cute item. I got this as part of a box lot, so I am in the money. Didn't pay a lot for this particular piece. When you break it all down, sold this one for 15. These earrings are very, very pretty. They are by Kai Yin Lo. And they were new with the tags. They're so pretty. Sterling silver with gold, called vermeil, beautiful cabochon amethyst. So cabochon is that it's all polished out and smoothed down as opposed to a stone that is faceted. They're pretty. I love them. They're actually big too. It's kind of hard to tell from this photograph, but they weren't little. They were really a substantial size too. Sold these for $25. I believe a friend of the YouTube channel bought the next two items. They paid $30 for the next two items. I'm not sure what the breakdown is, but thank you so much. I appreciate your purchase. Now, I love this item. I think I really love how delicate it is. Just one single rose, two pretty leaves. I love the marcasites. And then there's a really pretty center here too. That's not a marcasite. I think that center is a rhinestone. So pretty. You may notice some tarnish on this. I don't polish silver before I mail it out. If you're a reseller, if you do or if you don't, let me know in the comments. I would be curious. So I feel like a lot of people like the tarnish. They like that a vintage piece looks like it's a vintage piece. I do. And you can buy polishing cloths on Amazon. They're not expensive, and they also sell them in Walmart too. The same name brand. So I don't polish things. I actually like it like that. Anyway, that's the first item. Very, very pretty little thing. I was kind of in love with this little pin. This was made of glass, and I believe what the technique is, it looks to me anyway, like it was white glass, and then they put gold paint on it, and then they scratched away all those daisy petals, and then they painted in the yellow centers. That's what I think. This was a beautiful old thing. I think that one has a lot of character. I paid $1 for this beautiful sterling silver concho heart bracelet. It's so cool. I love the different combination of colors. It was signed QT. I know I've sold other stuff by QT. I can't remember right now who that is, but it was a nice shape. This was a yard sale find from one of those places where people can buy a table. I can't remember if it was like a Knights of Columbus Hall or something or a church. All I know is I paid $1, sold it for 46. I love old hat pins. This is such a beautiful piece. Check out the snake in the grass. There's his head. Look at his skin. He's wrapped around. There's his tail. I think this is very unusual. It's very nouveau, definitely gold filled. I think I got this as part of a lot where I am in the money. Sold this beautiful hat pin for 68. A lot of people ask me why I named my channel the Funky Pickle Thrifter. I really like the word funky. I don't know why. I find myself using it a lot, referring to things. And I have a chihuahua named Pickles. So that's why I named my channel the Funky Pickle Thrifter. And then I had a friend of mine design the pickle. Anyhow, I bring up pickles because I bought this at a yard sale for $1 or $2 for my little dog Pickles. My husband and I have 3 chihuahuas and we do dress them up every Halloween. And I thought it would be kind of cool to make Pickles a biker. But it turns out it was a little bit too snug on her. Sold this item for $13. That's all I have for this time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're a reseller, I hope this video helps you out and you can find similar things that you too can sell for a profit. I hope that everybody stays well until the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want. Okay, bye-bye.